Hello and welcome back to High Five Garage. Today, since the heads are complete, we're going to be working on all the tins. Enjoy the video. Currently, this is what most of the tins look like. Covered in oil, covered in dirt, not pretty. Just like anything else I've cleaned on this motor, I'm going to do some scraping, I'm going to do some wire brushing, I'm going to do some degreasing, brake cleaner, purple power, a little bit of everything to get these cleaned. Really quick, give them a quick little sand so it adheres, and then give it some black paint. I scraped what I could and used a little wire wheel on my Dremel. That one is currently soaking because that one had oil definitely running in it. This one didn't, it was kind of just sandy. But now I'm looking at this one, and I think a lot of the fins are bent, especially on this side. So you can kind of see it's kind of crunched. So I'm going to try to fix that real quick. Before painting these, I know they got a little bit bent and such, so I want to make sure they fit. So slipping them under and making sure everything fits correctly with the bolts, and everything does. So at least this one's good, and this one seems to be good as well. There we go. Now I'm gonna go give them a quick bath with some soap and make sure they're fully degreased, and then I will hang them up and give them some paint. Then there are these 4 pieces. These ones slip next to the heads and the jugs. This one goes over the oil cooler. And time to clean these up, get them painted, and then it'll be on to the top stuff. Okay, now we got the top ones left and right, the 2 fronts underneath the pulley and the alternator pulley, and then the piece that goes around the alternator itself. One thing I did notice was this one is cut out, and what it's for is these 2 bolts right here. So some kind of emissions thing on this head for something, who knows. But we're sanding, we're grinding, yeah. Okay, we got the last pieces here. That's both sides. This one I kept orange just because there wasn't too many chips. It was still kind of a solid color. This one with the cutouts and everything for those bolts had a lot of chips and everything, so I just cut that one all the way down. Everything's clean on the inside. real nice. Now time to paint them. It's not no powder coat, but it will do. Looks a lot better than that damn orange. Heck yeah. While I'm waiting for those last pieces to dry, I'm gonna pull off this tube. Looks like it's just two 13s. I'm assuming there's a gasket behind it. Yep, 13. 13. They're not too tight. Looks like one's gonna be a nut and the other one's gonna be a nut. These that stud is very short. Looks like it's been broken off before. But so you got the fill and then you got the dipstick tube. Okay, there was washers on both of them, and yeah, looks like there's a gasket. God, look at that. That's so weird how they just... Huh. So I'll either redo a gasket there or just do some RTV or see if I have a gasket. I might just have one in the garage or in the shed. Now, once everything has dried and, well, yeah, I'm just able to touch it. We can put it on the motor, and then I could do other stuff like installing the exhaust, figuring out the transmission, the plate, the torque converter, stuff like that. And then also rebuild the carb, clean out the tubes that go into the intake, clean out the alternator. Still a lot of stuff to do. I was looking at more brackets over there. We got another alternator bracket. We got two motor mounts. We got the oil fill, and then we also got the mustache bar. So still got quite a bit to do and quite a bit to clean. But in the end, it's worth it. This piece is so nasty and caked on. I'm just gonna use one of my rust removal wheels. I get these at Harbor Freight. They work pretty dang well at removing whatever the heck you want it to, and it leaves a pretty good surface after. So see, told you, comes out pretty dang good. Yeah, I'm gonna put some black paint on it, but not bad. Also, did you know they braze these onto the cast flange? Now you do. While that one is drying, let's move on to the motor mount brackets. It's just these two little things that are covered in who knows what. Let me clean them up. Okay, motor mounts times 2, all cleaned up. Let's give them a little bit of VHT gloss black. I always like to do one kind of soft coat, you know, get everything sticking to it, and then come back with a thick, either just one more thick depending what you're doing, or a couple coats. It's up to you. Really, I mean, it's spray paint. It's not gonna last forever. It's not powder coat or anything, but it's all in the prep, so it'll come out better if you prep it good, and it'll last longer as well. Well, I thought I had another alternator bracket in the shed, but I can't seem to find it. So I'm gonna straighten this one out and clean it and paint it. Okay, that bracket is ready to be painted. I straightened most of it. I looked online and it seems like that's normal. So we'll see. If I put it on and it's messed up, I'll hammer it straight and repaint it. Now I think I'll give the blower pulley thingy a go. Clean in between the fins, clean the front, give it a little bit of paint. Actually, the back's really nice. So a little bit of black up front, just so, you know, up front it's appealing. So I started cleaning this one and realized there's a fin missing. And yeah, that's probably not that big of a deal, but it is weight. Also, this one is pretty nasty. So I had extras, and this one is actually really clean. And well, yeah, it's mainly clean and it's got all its fins. So I'm gonna use this one. I found the rest of the oil neck that goes onto that piece I painted. That's cool. Clean that up, came out real nice. So I think that's all the things that need to be cleaned up and painted black. I've got stuff hanging everywhere. I think that's it. From here, just need to clean up everything that is gonna be bare metal, like the alternator, intake pipes, carburetor, oil cooler, valve cover. Oh, I guess the valve cover. Valve covers could be painted black, but I could do that later. Oh yeah, here's the new starter, by the way. Oh hey, there's another piece hanging up. Oh, and another one over there. All right, so let's get the valve covers cleaned up. I'm gonna take the old gaskets out, wire wheel all that off, and paint them black. By the way, this gasket was very crunchy, so good I have new ones. And just like that, all the gunk is off, and just gotta paint them. Okay, now valve covers are all painted. Time to start working on something else, and I think that something else is going to be the pushrod tubes. Okay, here's all the nasty pushrod tubes. I've got all of them labeled, but I need to take the labels off to clean them. So really quick, just put a diagram down, 1, 2, 3, 4, intake, exhaust. I don't know if these like bend and stuff as far as like fitment, but don't want to take the chance. So I'm just gonna take them off, and then we'll know exactly where each one goes. I'm gonna make this easy on myself, and whatever, use a flathead to get the grommets off. Easy peasy. Just trash because, well, they're old and brittle. Okay, easy peasy. And then I'm gonna use this wire wheel to get everything off. Really easy, run it back and forth. Should be done in no time. Okay, all of them are nice and clean. I do need to wipe them off, but so much better. It doesn't look like any of them have any crazy damage, which is good. I normally would not paint any of those, but I don't like when they get rusty, and so I'm not going to paint them. Well, kind of. I'm just going to put a quick little clear coat on it. I've got all these clear coats. I might as well. I need to freaking use them. Just a quick clear coat on them. It's not to make them look better, this, that. I just don't want them to rust. And then, you know, hopefully it'll protect them a little bit, and if you have a leak, you can still see them. So if I did them black, you wouldn't really see the leaks, but if you do them clear, at least you could see it on the metal. Okay, finished cleaning all the pushrod tubes and clear coated them. Of course you can't see it, but they are clear coated so they don't rust. A little bit of protection. Now it's on to the oil cooler. So really gently, I cleaned around where the oil goes in, and then now I'm gonna put a piece in here because pretty much you just don't want any debris getting inside. So I'm gonna put a pretty thick piece inside so that nothing gets inside, and then I can continue cleaning it. Be gentle. Oil does run through this, so cleaning it's gonna be kind of weird. Once I get it all done, I'll inform you on what I did. Okay, got the oil cooler all done. Check it out. Actually came out pretty clean compared to what it was. So what I did was, on whatever the solid parts, brake clean, a rag, a little bit of a brush, all of it just comes right off. And then as far as like the fins and stuff, because you don't want to mess them up, but you do need to get them unclogged, I used like a really soft bristle brush, brake clean, and then at the end used air hose and went through all of them, and it actually ended up shooting out quite a bit of stuff. So all clean. I think to wrap up this video, I'm gonna put the fill tube on, and also now that the oil cooler is clean, I'm gonna put that on as well. Like anything else, clean your surfaces. I don't have a gasket for that, but it's just an oil fill. Not too worried about it. I'm just gonna use some Right Stuff 90. Smear, you know, smear some on there. Just enough, you don't gotta be crazy. Once you have enough on there that you're confident it's not gonna leak when you put oil in, grab the tube that's been hanging for a little while. Get it tangled and everything. Okay, pull it out. Once again, make sure your surface is nice and clean. And then put it on there. The two nuts, like I've said before, are 13s. Okay. And like any other RTV, squish it down until, you know, it starts coming out the sides. And then you leave it. Let it dry for a little while. And then come back to it and tighten it up. Okay, as far as the oil cooler goes, I got brand new little sealy boys. I don't like to put any kind of seal in dry. So I'm trying to see if these are directional. Doesn't look like they are. Looks like either way they go, doesn't matter. Okay, that fits really well there. Always make sure your stuff fits. Oh yeah, take my little things out. Okay. Once again, make sure they fit. Yep, fits right into the groove. Cool. All right, so what I'm gonna do is, as I said, I like putting a little bit of oil on anything rubber because it could tear or catch or whatever. So go. I'm gonna put that one in. Hopefully they stay. The oil can also kind of hold them. And then there's probably a torque spec. I like just to give them a UGA. They're small nuts, so not much. Okay, good. Good. And good. Bam. Nice oil. Look at that motor. God, it looks good. All right, that's gonna do it for this video. Like always, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoy the content. Stay tuned where hopefully we get the heads and start putting everything back on it. All those nice pretty tins I've been cleaning and painting. If you could like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz really helps out. And I will see you on the next one. High five out.